Okay. Here you go. This is gonna be like your average like kid silly face. I'm terrible. Bad news. My name is Boy Radio. I am a singer and performing artist and model. I grew up in a place called Rancho Cucamonga. It's in Southern California, kind of a suburban town, a little bit away from the mainstream city life, and I spent a lot of time there, kind of growing up on my own as an only child, just me, my parents, my dogs. I moved to New York when I was about 19 years old, and I came here to pursue visual art through modeling and performance. And in being in the city and kind of being engulfed by everything that the city is, I started writing, and I started kind of fantasizing more in a bigger, grander way. I found myself in situations where I was going out at night and I was seeing performances from staple New York artists, and I was being so inspired by that because it seemed so real and so New York to me. And I spent a good lot of time just writing songs that I, never wanted to share with people, blocking and storyboarding ideas for performances and things like that. And finally one day I just said, I'm gonna start doing this, and I'm gonna find a platform and go to a place where people are gonna listen and people are gonna see me for what it is that I am, and hopefully build on that. That's fun, because when you have no fear on stage, that's what people wanna see. People don't wanna see you being hesitant. People wanna see you like living your life so they can live theirs too. New York City is good for community. It also has this illusion that it's not good for community. It feels a bit foreign for people, especially if you're on the outside looking in. It feels like New York is very exclusive, when in reality there's so many places, so many pockets where if you just try, you'll find a way of being accepted. So I think that community is a face of people who band together no matter what their beliefs are and create something together, even if it's subconscious, even if they're not even realizing what they're doing as a group. But like, you have people who like stand together, band together. From the outside looking in, again, that looks like something. And if we can spread positivity through our community, then we're making an impact even if we don't think we are. I, for the longest time, have been going by radio in different ways. When I was writing ideas for pop music and more pop performance, I guess I can say, I always had this vision of being like a radio, like being able to sing anything and being able to be visual in the way that people hear songs through the radio, and then they visualize what it is that people are doing, maybe to a song or to a album or something like that. So Boy Radio came to me. I performed at something that happens every year. It's called the Latex Ball. It's put on by the Gay Men's Health Crisis. It's a huge, legendary Vogue event, a big ball, and that night I performed for the first time as Boy Radio, and I did a cover of Vogue with a group of my dancers, and it kind of stuck. And so for me, it kind of came naturally as being radio, and the boy is again inspired by that feel like the 80s, that nostalgic kind of 70s, 80s vibe. Boy George, Boy London, what it meant to encompass that kind of like gender norm without it being about me being a boy, so to speak. Right now I'm working on a few performance projects for the year. Performance is one of my big kind of call to life, and music is a part of that performance. So I just finished an EP. It's called Pretty Hot Things, and it's online right now. And it's a mix of dance music, R&B music, and pop music, which I have a very special place in my heart for. And it's all been done independently, so I'm kind of in the groundwork of becoming what I hope to be a major force in pop music. My aesthetic is very much inspired by a lot of what New York is now, but more so what it was in the 80s and 90s. It was a different time back then, which is not to say that it's not different now. Again, talking about nostalgia and not going too far back, but some of those ideals, in the 70s, you went from the 60s to 70s, there was a women's lib movement that was happening. There was a gay lib movement that was happening. And the change, the shift that happened from these people who fought for those rights and those liberated kind of vibes, they were feeling them and they were exploring those. They were excited. They were people, you know, enjoying their lives. They were going to discos. They were having more sex. They were happier. They were working. Women were working. Gay people were out, which is a term we use very loosely now, but like being out meant that you didn't have anything to hide and you didn't feel shame and you didn't feel shade for that. So a lot of what my aesthetic comes from that same vibe, feeling very free and lighthearted, but also knowing that there's a mission, and everything that I've learned, everything that I've been inspired by is coming through that filter, and that filter just happens to be a pop filter.